Hi everyone, so in this video we are having a look at how we can become more non-reactive on our journey to manifesting whatever it is that we want. So this is a habit that we can embody. It may not happen overnight, however, the more that we do it every single day, the easier it will become, and our reactions will become less and less to whatever it is that we are seeing in our reality. So this is a concept of teaching the ego mind to see everything as a win-win, meaning that any situation that we are in, if we look at it from every side, even the side that we don't actually choose to experience, but if we look at it even from that side and we find something that will be a win for us, we are teaching our mind and our body and our ego mind to become this person who is becoming less attached to the outcome and more embodying the process and embodying the manifestation in the present moment. So when we are manifesting and we are focusing on outcomes more than the process, we can find ourselves becoming a little bit too attached. Now, this is normal. It's a human experience to find our emotions and our body attached to things because of how we have learned our way of being and living in the world. And so this can happen sometimes, not all the time, when we are manifesting for particular outcomes. So in order for us to come back into our present self, in order for us to understand that we are the manifestation and that anything that we are manifesting is essentially coming from our perception, our perceived way of seeing things, then we can come back in and we can take full authority over our creation by training ourselves to see everything as a win-win. So when we see everything as a win-win, it does not mean that we are letting go of striving for success or striving to manifest our relationship, specific person, or whatever it is that we are doing to create in our world. It just simply means that we are not taking it as seriously as we are when we become too attached to the outcome. Now, when I say seriously, I mean that we are dwelling on the outcome, and it's actually overcoming us in a way that it's weighing us down, and we are finding ourselves being more defeated rather than feeling that we are a winner on our journey. But we are always winning on the journey because everything that we learn along the way is a step-by-step process to the full manifestation of our desire. And I know that when we are manifesting, it is as simple as keeping our thoughts on the particular outcome, and that is simply how we attract it into our world. However, because we are human and we have a body and we have a mind, we can find ourselves veering off track and getting in tune with our emotions maybe a little too much. But however, this is why we do the self-regulation. But when we find ourselves becoming more triggered and more reactive, teaching our mind in a way that we can see everything in a win-win will allow for us to become lighter in ourselves, which is what we are doing on the manifestation journey. We are becoming more in tune with the light that is within us, and so we don't want anything weighing us down. When we are elevating in consciousness, we want to feel that lightness coming up from within ourselves and from around our whole reality, everything that we are becoming aware of. And so teaching our mind to see everything as a win-win is not a defeated process. It does not mean that we, as I say, are not still striving for our goals. It simply means that we are able to handle everything that comes along, and we can overcome anything that comes along and actually become more closer to the goal and inevitably manifest it into our reality. So I wanted to bring up this topic in a way that was going to put out that idea that everything that we actually desire is already within us. So we are actually essentially walking around as the manifestation. Now, the only reason why it is kept from us is through the filters of our subconscious or unconscious, our heart even as well too. We have all these different filters that everything has to go through in order for us to perceive it as real in our reality. And so when we actually feed the ego, in a sense, that everything is a win-win, we become more balanced and we become more authoritative over our own autonomy and over our own mind, because the ego always feeds on survival, and so it's always going to feed on what it actually intensifies in, whether that is being a victim in reality or whether that is being a winner. And this can be positive in a sense. However, sometimes when we find ourselves getting in our own way, our ego is feeding off the negative, meaning that if our ego is feeding on a positive, on a winning way of being, it'll be looking for ways that it feels superior to its whole world. It'll be having little thoughts and stuff like that about people in an undesirable way because it is feeding off that survival. And so when we understand that, we want to come back into ourselves and say, no, that is the ego mind. That is not who I truly am. Who I truly am is an energetic force, and this energetic force is love. It's all inclusive. It is the all. Everything is embraced by the all, because we are all one energy experiencing ourselves in a manifestation form of a human being. And when we understand that all we are is an energy, and the reason why we are eternal is because we are an energy force of love. And when we actually understand that anything that we have in our reality, be it people, be it places, be it things, be it or even our own physical body, all of that is going to pass away someday. I don't mean to be depressing or anything, but everything passes except our eternal way of being, which is the frequency of love. So the physical can pass through time, and we will always remain in our eternal. However, when we strive to become more balanced with this eternal way of being, and we understand the ego from a perspective that it is only there for survival, whether it is surviving on sympathy from being a victim or it's surviving on feeling superior and winning, we want to bring it back into the balance, and we want to dissipate it a bit and bring it into harmony with the eternal us, which is love, which is the energy of love. And we want to understand that we can detach from outcomes because we see the win-win in everything. And then inevitably, because this is the paradox of it all, because we actually find ourselves in that balanced way of being, everything becomes more easily and effortlessly and manifesting in our reality. So I wanted to make a video on that, and I hope it's clear to understand. If you have any questions, you can comment down below, or you can email me at manifestwithamanda@gmail.com. Thank you for listening, and I will chat to you soon.